Welcome to another episode of KAWmedy Krow podcast with our guest Kevin Creagh is in the house right here, and we have the wonderful and lovely and beautiful Amy, right?
Oh, that's my name. Thank you.
And I'm Christopher Key Tyler, CKT Online. Today's a special episode because this is our second preliminary winner for to be in the finals for KAWmedy Fest 2024, which is on May 25th. Get your tickets now on www.KAWmedy.com. And then you can see this guy compete against Rafi Becerra, who was also on the podcast recently, and two others that we're going to find out who's going to win to be in the festival. Anyways, Kevin, how did you feel about last night?
Last night was great. I couldn't believe it. I went knowing that everybody was going to be funny. Mm-hmm. I knew that, so I just wanted to just do what I normally do, essentially, and hopefully the audience would choose me, and they did. So it was very rewarding.
Yeah.
I wanted to win. I wanted to.
Well, it didn't show. That's the best part. Like out of the four, I would say you were just the one that looked like you were having the most fun. It's like more of an organic feel that you have, and the audience is always like, "Oh, it's very different and unique, but fun." Mm-hmm. And that's what I think that's what won it. Like, yeah, Peter, as you can see on the screen there, Peter did a post-show interview we shot with Kevin during the show. I was running in and out, but yeah, it was a lot. You'll see the clip of the interview as well. But yeah, you did a great job, and congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank
congratulations.
you. Thank you. It was awesome. It was I tend to be somebody who rises to the bigger the deal, the more I'm astute or whatever you might want to call it. Okay. So last night felt like a big deal. It was great to come through. Yes.
Yeah.
I was so happy. It was great. It was cool. And it was as always wonderful to be a part of the show. So.
Oh yeah. Well, you come through over and over. Last night I gave him a ride to celebrate at ET's. I dropped him off. I didn't stay, but he was really excited, and I showed him all the photos I've been taking over the years, and your response was, "You're a creep." No, you were like, "You have so many photos of me." I'm like, "I'm doing my job." But yeah, you've been consistently coming to Solaris on a regular, just like Rafi Becerra. He comes on a consistent basis, and that's what wins it.
And you guys have just wonderful auras, wonderful attitudes, and it's really nice to see that. And it's really nice to see that, people like you guys have won the hearts of the people. So being true to yourself and being kind, and I think that really helps. I'm in this mood today. I'm just really tired.
No, it's cool.
I agree. I think it's important to show the audience who you are.
Yeah.
So I try to I try to express myself correctly, to represent myself in a way where they like you. So,
yeah, they get to know you. They know who you are, but you're transparent, and you kind of give it what it is.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah, you have sort of a poetic.
Definitely.
You're like a poet
Yeah.
on stage. It's sort of like you're watching not like an abstract, but sort of like this.
I feel it's definitely I can definitely say it's abstract humor.
Yeah.
But it's like not only are you getting some funny out of it, you're also getting information. You're like, oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh no way, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. I have to overstimulate myself for me to concentrate on something, and I enjoy that about your comedy very much.
Thank you for the compliment. That's great.
You're very unpredictable.
Yeah.
But also mostly clean. Like you lean into the clean comedy. And that's a interesting thing to go like starting out in your comedy journey. What brought you into doing stand up in the first place? Like what sparked in your mind where you were like, you know what? Or was it, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see. So, well, I've always been the type of person to be talking a lot to friends or whoever, and we all laugh and have a good time, right?
Yeah.
My sister or somebody, and like many people, like many people, where people will say, "Oh, you should maybe explore a humor." A humor-based activity, right? So I've always kind of had it in the back of my mind, but I was living in Michigan, and I thought, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go on stage. I was looking. There's no comedy where I live. I had to go to Green Bay, Wisconsin, for my first time on stage. So I took the bus to Green Bay, Wisconsin, and did comedy there.
What year?
2020. February of 2022.
All right.
I think.
Okay.
I think so. 21.
Yeah.
It was a one and done. I bombed. I didn't know what to do, dude. I for some reason I didn't have anything written down, and I had nothing planned. So I thought I just want to know what it feels like to be up there, for what it feels like. So I went, and it turns out you should have some sort of idea what you want to talk about. I mean, I literally was like, I just want to. It turns out it was fine. Everybody laughed and stuff.
Right.
But the feeling in my heart and in my head, I was like panicking the entire time, dude. I mean, panicking so hard. It was my only time ever panicking. Ever since then, I've never been nervous.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, my very first time, I was so scared to do stand-up that I took a class in Santa Monica. I paid $300 so I could get a 7-minute set at the Hollywood Improv. But in the class, that was my first official time performing, quote unquote, stand up. And I bombed every Sunday night in that class, and the teacher did not like me. And he told me, "Why am I doing this?" How
supportive.
Yeah, and I was like, "Are you like trying to do reverse psychology? Like you believe in me? Is this sort of Goodwill Hunting?" And he's like, "No, I'm just genuinely asking you, like, why are you here?" And I'm like, "Well, my people tell me I tell good stories," and we didn't jive very well. But in the end, I mean, I'm still doing it, and I will find you, Joe Falzarino, and you will accept my friend request. One of these days, dude.
It's like it reminds me of one of Madonna's speeches not too long ago. She was up. I don't remember. I just saw a clip of it, and I was like, yeah, hell yeah. She was accepting an award. I'm not sure for what exactly, or what kind of award. And she said, for those, she kind of got a little teary. She said, for those who told me that I couldn't do it, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, it gives me chills because she seemed so genuinely like, I'm so thankful for you people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad that you kept doing it, because here you are. It's only been, and then the first time you came into Solaris, you just came in and you've been going strong, and you're doing it. So, yeah.
The first time I did one of your shows, it was my second time on stage ever. And
right.
It was at another place. And I didn't know anything about the light and all that. I thought that the light meant you had like several more minutes or whatever. So I was just up there talking, and you're like inching closer to the stage. You're like going up the steps, coming in.
Yeah.
I remember what you said. You said, "Kevin Creagh, take over the show, why don't you?" Because I wouldn't stop. Right. I was so excited to be up there. The time management in your head,
right.
I think it's a lot easier as you go. I've only done it like 70 times, maybe.
Right?
So I'm very young in it. But then, I mean, 1 minute, 10 minutes, whatever. You're just like, "Boo."
Oh yeah, it goes by so fast. It's incredible how like time flies when you're having fun. My favorite is when people are like you're bombing, and comics will be like, "How much time do I have left?" Like that's when time slows down, and they're like hurting, they're dying up there, and you're like, "Please pull it out," And you're like, "You still got a minute, keep doing it." Like, "I'll let you when you're ready," and they're like, "Oh," and I've been there. Yeah, I've bombed many times, and that's part of you got to do that. Like you can't. If it's all wins and then you just escalate and then finally you bomb at this huge event, like it could crush your soul and then you'll never come back. But like you should have like little bombs every once in a while.
What do you consider a bomb? Like, are you saying like you freeze, or that nobody's, or you think because nobody's laughing?
There's a combination. I've mentioned this on stage at the beginning of the shows where I'll say, don't get too, with open mics, like don't get discouraged. But there's different degrees, such as first degree bomb is you'll say your funny line and no one laughs, and sometimes the comic will like tap on the mic and be like, "Is this thing working?" And like they'll try to, and that's like level 1. And then level 2 bomb is you'll be doing your set. And you look out and the audience is like now talking to one another, and you'll see like phones popping up and they're like now trying to find engagement in something else other than you. And you're like, okay, now it's getting pretty loud in here. Like they're not even paying attention to me. That's pretty hard. You're bombing pretty hard. And then the last one is where somebody has to stand up and they're like, "Get off the stage. Like you're terrible." And then the audience is like, "Yeah." Like that's pretty much it. Like that's where the final atomic bomb, where but there's different degrees of bombing. There's times where they'll be like, "I need to talk to you outside," or you get banned from an establishment because somebody found a offense to something that you said. And there's different degrees, but it's all part of that's how, like, you can't, comedy is being risky and feeling it and feeling the moment and having a good time, and it's got this party feel, and you're acquiring that. You're doing a good job.
Yeah, I'm learning how to do it. So, but I my top priority is to make sure I have their attention. So you brought up them all talking to each other instead of watching you. So that is something I don't want. Yeah, but I think if they're looking, it's fine. I don't care if they're laughing. I really don't mind if they're laughing or not, because I'm hoping that,
Entertainment.
I don't laugh out loud all that much.
Right.
I'm watching and I am laughing in my head, but I don't laugh. I'm just looking. So I feel like if they're looking, there's a good chance they're laughing in their heads.
They're entertained. They're entertained. Right. They're captivated by whatever you're saying.
Maybe so.
I mean, you don't always have to laugh, and I'm kind of similar. Like, I don't laugh at everything, but I'm very humored. So there, Chris. Not everyone has to laugh.
It's a total setup, though. The whole thing's a setup. You're the focal point of the room. Yeah. You're up on a stage. Right. The spotlight's on you. You have the microphone. You're the loudest person, and traditionally everybody's facing you already. Yeah. Generally, so it's yours to lose.
Yeah, it's fascinating, the psychology of it, because if you go up on stage with a really crazy look, people will be like, okay, now, and then their expectation is really high because you have this crazy look to you, like a clown or something like. But then there's those other people where they come in, and because people will judge you the moment they see you, they're trying to figure out what the magic, what is the magician gonna do, and then when you go up and start your routine, some people will have like a really low energy, but the jokes are fine-tuned and just like so perfect.
Like a Todd Barry or somebody like that. Yeah, he's like a low-energy guy, but he's hilarious. Yeah. So then the jokes have to be like really, really funny if the energy is really, really low, or if it could be vice versa. Or you can mishmash it. That's the art of comedy. It's like, it doesn't have to be a certain way.
Art. Yeah, no. Yeah. Yeah, you can do whatever you want I feel like as long as you're being creative and you're allowing yourself to channel or allowing yourself to be you and be funny, and maybe not be funny, but be a George Carlin and just give some information and say, by the way, didn't you know? I love that. I love that. George Carlin, at the end of his career, he wasn't like funny per se. He was just very knowledgeable, and he was like, hey, this is it. So
very philosophical.
Yeah.
And you like to close out with, at the end of your sets, you have a thing where you have your like moral message at the very end sometimes. It's nice, and people are like, this is nice. That was a nice little cherry on top.
Yeah, I was struggling with whether or not that's unorthodox, because people like to end on a high note, like a lot of laughter and thank you very much, But I look at it like television. So I try to start off with something heartfelt and nice so they can know who I am. And you know how like TV can like suck you in, how they say? I try to suck them in and get their interest. And then, okay, they like me, they're interested. And then I start trying to be funny. And then sometimes when I have the light, I'd like to say something nice at the end too.
Yeah.
But I hope it's not a cop out for not having a laugh at the end. You know, you're supposed to kind of end on a high note, but instead I'm just like, oh, be careful of the words you say. You know, but I'm being honest. Like, be careful of what you say. They say if you say something nice to plants, they grow better, right?
It's true.
So wouldn't planet Earth be the same? I mean, the words that come out of your mouth, shouldn't you be mindful of it?
That's right.
And you know, you should say nice things, and it can only benefit the Earth, and it certainly can't be the opposite.
That's a really great idea. That would be an interesting test, is to do a comedy show inside of like a greenhouse and then see if the plants are dying because all the negative energy that's
Well, they kind of already did a test like that numerous times with, you know, you've heard of the 3 jars of rice. One you ignore, one you praise, one you put down every day. And you do this like 3 times a day, every day. So you ignore it. Obviously, it's ignored. And the rice does respond. So your words are spells. Your words are vibrations. You know, whatever vibration that is, doesn't mean it's good or bad. It is the vibration that whatever you're speaking. So yeah, I mean, needless to say, what had happened. So the one that was praised never molded.
Sure.
The one that you put down molded. The one that you ignored didn't mold as fast.
There was a time when I was at a restaurant and the sun was coming through the window, and I looked towards the wall, and it was my silhouette from behind, and I noticed that when I smiled, my ears moved. The shadows of my ears moved, but when I frowned, the ears didn't do anything. So like it's a I said it on stage before, but it's part of my material. But the thing is wouldn't that be exactly what you're saying? You know, the nice things. I mean, you know, people tend to listen when you're saying something wonderful and nice. If you're saying something negative, people shut you out, and so did the rice, right?
Yeah, the ears go down.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's like the same, but I do understand what you're saying. It's like if you smile, you get more out of, like, you know, your body movement shows that you are happy. You know, you get the little creases, your ears move up, and you know, if you didn't, then you know, clearly it's not like. Yeah, yeah, you're getting positive movement.
sure.
Yeah.
And there's what is it? You use less muscles to smile than you do to frown. Like it takes more energy to frown, which is strange.
I
But
don't know. My face hurts a lot.
Yeah, you have to
recently.
actually go out of your way.
yeah,
frown.
I absolutely,
That's how much I want to frown.
I've never frowned so hard that the back of my skull hurts. Because you know when you laugh so hard,
Yeah.
like you're like,
yeah.
oh my god, dude, I can't stop. My neck is killing me. I can't. Like I love laughing so hard. I love laughing to the point where you're like you can't. Whatever you saw or heard is over, and it lingers for forever. Like
Or you laugh so hard you can't laugh. It's just like, oh my god. I don't know. I get to that point sometimes where I laugh. We've been in those situations before where I laugh so hard, and then I'm like crying, laughing, and I'm like, I don't know if I can laugh anymore to express how funny that was.
It's almost like a trauma, like a positive trauma. It's weird where you're something is so funny that it makes you insane, and you're laughing for the longest time. And it becomes like an inside joke for you because if everyone's like, what's so funny? You're like, well, you had to be inside my head and like, you have to see it. And then even if you show them, it's not going to hit them like it did for you.
No,
Sure.
It's like a
not at
personal
all.
thing.
You have to, yeah. And that's the beauty too. That was just for you, you know,
Yeah,
having those moments.
Well, you know, laughter reduces stress and obviously can allow you to actually live longer. I mean, obviously
It
the health
releases
benefits.
those hormones.
So
and,
it is like a time machine, laughing. So wouldn't time travel be somewhat traumatic to your body?
yeah.
I don't know. I guess. Yeah. I was just thinking about, for some reason, I was thinking, you know how clowns go to like hospitals where people
Do they?
are on their
I thought that was only
deathbed.
Patch Adams.
Right. Or, you know, and I think it's so hokey, but I'd like to see like just just a really edgy comic go in and to a hospital and like roast people on the deathbed, and it might hit home for it can make them laugh so hard that they die in peace. It could be good, and people are like, "What you said was really effed up," and you're like, "Well, they liked it."
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
how
I mean, I don't know
operate.
how to respond to that because I'm not sure if I was. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I'd feel. I guess it totally depends on where your mental state is. If you're like, if you know you're dying, I mean, you could want just some peace. You could want a little laughter, a little bump jokes. I mean, but to go, face down into like some hardcore jokes, I don't know.
Dude, if I was dying in my deathbed,
We know.
and Don Rickles showed up,
Duh.
and then he just starts ripping me about how my hair's all falling out and like I look like E.T. dying in a sick bed or whatever, I would start cracking up. It might bring me back to life.
It's Don Rickles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. There's roast comics that can hit home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd like. I you know what? I'd like to see you go to the hospitals and like start doing your comedy. You would. You can definitely help some people.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a compliment.
Yeah. We recently went to see some family at a hospital a month ago. We were there on a regular basis, and they enjoyed just the company of laughter, and like it makes people feel better, even though they got stitches and they're like, oh, don't be too funny, like. But it makes them feel good. So versus sitting there and being like, hey, how do you feel? Like, is it painful?
It is kind of annoying, huh?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So cracking jokes and having a good time. That's what people, because when you want to go out and have a good night out with the friends, like you want to go watch something funny or do something entertaining. And it's nice when people come to just an open mic. I'm always amazed how many people come to Solaris to see comedy, especially the regulars. We're getting a lot of regular people every Monday night that come to the show, and I'm just like, this is great. I love it. Like, and they're big fans. So
Yeah, it is great. It's a great venue. It actually has like a comedy club feel a little with the tables and the chairs. It's
And
I think it's very
sweet
appropriate.
ass lights.
the lights, that was what
Yeah.
got me, was when I saw the light. I'm like, all of these are Philips Hue color change smart bulbs. You can change them whatever color you want. Oh my God, we could do so much with this.
Yeah, whenever you guys have the lights orange, I get to talk about orange, which I love. So, thank you.
Why is orange your favorite? What?
When you're a little kid, when you're in kindergarten or something, they teach you all the colors are wonderful, including orange. Isn't it so beautiful and lovely? And then as you get older, as you have all these life experiences, you slowly start to realize that orange is possibly the worst color. All these terrible experiences that could happen. I don't want to. Can I say miscarriage or?
You can say whatever
You want.
I can. Okay, yeah. Miscarriages and whatnot. You start. Wait a second. I think they were lying to us when we were kids. It's the same with camels. There's no water. There's no water in camel humps. They said they said that they were
told
like
us that.
Yeah.
They told us there was water, yeah, in their humps. That's how they like survived.
It's a lie.
I don't honestly know. I never looked into it. But now if you're saying if you're saying it's a lie, then I believe you because I know you do your research.
Yeah. It's stored fat, so that turns it that they can take with them, and then it somehow keeps them from becoming dehydrated. But it's definitely not water. But they said it was.
They did.
They tell us a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because that would make sense. Like if you watch a
Fucking
camel
Santa
drink
Claus.
water, you would see it like inflating with water, but instead it's fat. So it's sort of like the BBLs of the desert. It's just like, yeah, you're
And
like,
they
oh,
spit,
check out that.
too.
Yeah, they
hump.
spit, and guess
Yeah.
what? Giraffes, they spit too, and they have the same face. I think that's the spitty face.
Alpacas, they spit.
Yeah.
Alpacas and llamas are spitters. I think that's it. How many? I think there's 4 that I know of that are big spitting mammals.
Yeah, and I think they're doing it with emotion too.
Yeah.
It's not even like a bodily function. They're doing it because they're upset.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like they don't like you and they're gonna spit on you.
Maybe they don't like you.
Yeah. Right. I wouldn't blame them.
Yeah. I don't mess with monkeys. I'm scared of monkeys.
I never liked monkeys either.
If I see a live monkey, like someone doing a street show with a monkey, I'll just keep on walking. I'm not going near that thing. I mean, monkeys are cute. I like watching videos of monkeys, but I don't want one climbing on me. Because if they have so much going on in their head, and if they freak out, like those they have sharp fangs, and like they have superhuman strength. There's stories of people with their faces ripped off, and like I don't want to. I understand the power of a monkey, and I'm not gonna monkey around. That's all that was for.
Yeah, anything that's far stronger than it looks, it's too much unknown there. I don't want to risk it. Yeah, and monkeys will tear you apart.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, you seen the fucking gorillas? Boy.
Yeah, silverback.
Dude, I heard this something the other day. Not to change the subject.
No, it's okay.
And by the way, I don't care about changing the subject. Like on me, if I'm ever talking about something, and not just now, anytime, if you want to talk about something else, just change the subject. I don't get offended. Yeah, feel free.
I appreciate the viewer discretion or the option.
Yeah.
Choose your own adventure with.
Sure, I'll talk about whatever you want. No offense.
But what were you gonna say?
Oh yeah. So I just found out that when they would horse you, when they would tie like a rope to all your limbs and to 4 horses, and would try and rip all your limbs off, that the legs would come off first, not the arms.
Oh my god!
Isn't that terrible?
Yeah, was that on like Faces of Death or something?
I don't know.
Probably Rotten.com.
Yeah,
it was
Faces
one of those.
Death.
It was like an old torture way to hurt somebody. They used to think of
It
the
was
craziest
drawn
ways.
and quartered. Being drawn and quartered. I think
That's what it's
whatever.
Quartered. Oh, help me.
Dude,
Please.
what the
String cheese me, Jeez.
No, I don't want it. We're moving on from this topic. I can't even, because I'm incredibly, I'm so visual, and it'll stay in my head for a while, and I just can't. I was like that ever since I was a kid. That's why I was scared of like horror movies and shit, because it would stay in my head like, oh, if that happened to me, what would I feel like? Like I'd always put myself in that other person's shoes, and it was just hard for me.
That's why I like rom-coms. They're my favorite movies because
I like
nothing crazy.
rom-com.
Yeah, me too. I want to laugh
Notting
and cry in the
Hill
same
was
movie because
fantastic.
I love crying and I love laughing. They're perfect movies for me.
Queensryche has a lyric. Laughing looks like crying with no sound. Yeah, laughing looks like crying with no sound.
Yeah.
Raindrops taste like tears without the pain. I love that.
Oh.
Yum.
Teardrops taste like salt.
They do.
Yeah. A lot of salt. You ever taste your tears?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Believe me.
salty. It's like a margarita.
Yum.
Amazing.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Margarita.
Yeah, I get drunk off my own tears.
Yeah, I gotta watch my sodium intake, dude. I could call it sodium face. If I eat something with salt, my face blows up.
Yeah.
I'm to the age now where like it matters what I eat is what I look like. So if I eat fruit all day, my face gets angular and like whoop, and then gosh,
Really?
yeah, I call it sodium face. You got the tears. You got to watch out.
But if it's coming out of you, you're just putting it back in.
Oh, it's a wash.
It's a wash.
Yeah, it was already in your body.
Yeah.
Maybe the face will stay the same.
Wait, I don't get it.
You're saying that ingesting salt will change your face, but if the salt is coming out of your own body, there's no gain in sodium in your body. Maybe it'll be a wash.
Yeah, I get it.
Interesting.
I get it
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Cool.
Anyway,
Yeah. Can you tell what kind of can you tell what I ate today based on my facial structure?
I don't know. Let's see. Egg roll.
Egg roll? That's what my face screams at you.
I don't know.
I
don't
did
know.
have a spring roll yesterday, right?
Yeah, it was a spring roll.
I had
Egg rolls are
spring
different.
rolls. That's close.
Dude, I think spring rolls taste so good. Is that the one with like the really rubbery outside?
Yeah.
I'm
the
so
rice
afraid I'm
paper.
going to choke to death on the.
Well, you got to chew it first.
Dude, I'm terrible at chewing. That's the problem. I'm the worst. I almost
You're
choked to
always
death
in a
twice a
hurry.
week.
You got to slow down. Slow down and enjoy your food.
Just like a wrapped lettuce. I love wrapped lettuce, wrapped salad.
When I was a kid, my mom would put a chew limit on me. You had a certain amount of bites because I don't chew. I
Yeah.
just swallow.
Yeah.
You know, I'm so lucky that I'm even here.
You're just constantly choking yourself out at the dinner table with food down your throat. Yeah. What's your favorite food?
In the world?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well.
Top 3.
Oh, okay. This is gonna make me sound like a meat eater, but I am a possible vegetarian. But meatloaf,
mine?
lasagna, enchiladas.
Meatloaf, lasagna, enchiladas.
But
those are all like square dishes.
They're square. Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Yeah. Interesting, because you are so not a square.
You don't think?
No, but you sure eat square food.
Yum. Yum. No, guacamole, to be honest.
Guacamole.
Sour cream. That's the name of my
Wait,
podcast, which I don't, I've only done one episode.
On your podcast?
My podcast is called A Reason to Have Sour Cream.
You have a podcast named...
Are you serious?
Really?
Yeah, but I only did one episode for 14 minutes 3 years ago.
Okay.
Before I ever did comedy.
Okay.
Yeah.
You did a 14-minute episode of...
Yeah.
I love it. That is so freaking cool.
Yeah, I didn't follow through. But
That's awesome. that you have
I mean,
one
you can
episode.
always resurrect. You can always resurrect it.
it's on
Dude,
Spotify.
we gotta look it up, dude. It's on Spotify. I want to hear it.
It's pretty good, I guess.
That's
I
awesome.
don't know, dude.
It's pretty good.
Great.
It was technically a sound check. I didn't know.
Oh.
Technically a 14-minute sound check.
Yeah. Dude, I didn't realize that. I thought the phone could just hear me no matter what, but you got to turn the volume up really high to hear me.
Yeah. Only the government is listening no matter what. You're not the government. Oh God. Oh no. I triggered Kevin. He's having indigestion from the government. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I mean, we are drinking a heavy beer. This
Yeah.
is a really old. Yeah, this is from Hangar 24. It's one of their barrel aged. It's called Barrel Roll Hammerhead from 2015. It's a barley wine, and it's been aged in rye whiskey and bourbon barrels. Yeah. It's good. It's good. It definitely needs to be a little bit more chilled, but for those of you that are beer connoisseurs, it's a heavy hitter for sure.
Yeah, it's good. Now let's move into our classic segment of KAWspiracies. Yeah, Conspiracies. Okay, that's enough. Today's segment, we were chatting. You were mentioning, Kevin, on the way up here that it's leap year, and you were mentioning that, like, you know, your birthday, you shouldn't have. Are you able to celebrate your birthday during leap year because it doesn't count? Is that what you were saying?
It's just that we're talking about 4 years, and then 1 year it's on a different day, but the other 3 they're on the same. When really we're changing by 6 hours every year. Is that what it is? Like, so I'm supposed to celebrate my birthday at midnight every year, no? But I think it's technically like this year was midnight, and then next year 6 a.m., then noon, then 6 p.m. I mean,
That makes sense.
It makes sense,
like
right?
it shifts
Yeah.
every year, so you're not really the age that you are.
yeah. What is it?
Does
I
that
know,
mean
I get
nobody is? That means everybody's wrong, right?
Maybe.
Okay.
We're catching up each year, right? We're not like falling behind and then leaping back to where we were, or are we leaping for? I don't know what it is, but
that's
I think we should just
equinox.
like it's like maybe 1 year we go all the way to February 53rd. You know, just add 25 days, and for 100 years, for 99 more years or whatever, no leap years.
So we get
You know
back
what I
on
mean?
track.
Yeah, I think it'd be a great idea.
Oh, your mic turned off. There's a there's a switch in the middle of the microphone. Wait, I think it's working. Check it.
Hello.
There you go.
Hi.
KAWmedy Krow is feeling it.
But
Yeah.
that would be
Wait, it turned off again. There. Okay, check it. No, now you're unplugging it somehow.
Oh, there's a thing down here. There we go. I feel like I'm violating this.
It's all right.
That's okay.
Plug it in. There it goes.
David
There
Cross
we go.
completely violated him.
Nice mic work, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, what a professional.
All right. Yeah, so we're on the Gregorian calendar, and there's so many calendars out there. There's been like 12 different types of calendars, and so nobody knows what year it is. Nobody knows which calendar we're following. That's why the seasons are all screwed up. Some people
Because
think,
that's been shifting for a while.
yeah, we're supposed to be going off of the astrology, and there's like some people talk about 13 astrological signs instead of 12. The 13th one is it's the guy holding the snake. It's I can't pronounce it. It starts with an O, like Optimus or not Optimus, but yeah, Optimus Prime. Yeah, yeah. It's like each and I can't remember right now, but yeah, there's yeah, nobody knows what year it is. My question is like, who do you think decides who changes the calendars? Yeah, you're good. You're good.
I don't know, but I know that the each.
And why? Why would they change the calendar dates?
I don't know. I know they do disregard one. That's the 13th one you're talking about. Yeah, they disregard it. I mean, I think because 13 is a bad number.
They've told us that.
That's what they want us
That's
to.
a superstition.
Yeah.
You're right. That's
Right, like
that's
black
for me,
and
it's not.
blue
But
shit.
right. It's a 13 is a number. It's fine. I don't see why. Like it's gotten so bad that people become so superstitious of the number 13. You can't have 13 floors in a building. Like there's elevators that skip the 13th floor, and why? And I might be because of the calendar that maybe it should be 13 months.
it might be. It's cultural too. I mean, when you go to Asia, I was in Taiwan a long time ago for a little bit. I was visiting a family member, but there's no fourth floor in the hotels there because 4 is an unlucky number.
What?
Yeah, so it goes 1, 2, 3, 5. You know, and here in America we skip 13. So, I mean, people just it's good for business. You know, people don't want to stay on that floor. So for hotels, there's a reason. You know,
So
I mean,
it's like hotel feng shui in a way.
Yeah.
Like something.
but
Right.
I don't understand. Like people are so stupid. Like there's so many stupid people. Like it's unbelievable.
it's cool. Quirky's fine.
Hi.
Hi, hey, hello, Amy. But seriously, I don't mind.
Yeah, they're like,
being
oh,
interesting.
it's just crazy to me how people make up superstitions like, oh, 4 is bad. And then everyone's like, oh, yeah, 4 is bad. And then over in America, they're like, 13's bad. And they're like, oh, yeah, I got to get rid of the floor 13. Like, I can't. Oh, my God, 13 floors.
It's like old ideas stick, and for whatever reason they stick, right? Like 13. Like Nikola Tesla had like his numbers 369. Those were powerful numbers, and they were powerful because of math. It was powerful because of the energy entwined with the math and
then
the
that
vibration
swirl.
and
What is that swirl called? The Liminaci sequence, or how do you pronounce it? Iminachi?
Fibonacci.
Fibonacci.
I keep wanting to say
sequence.
Sibonacci. That's so silly. But what I'm kind of ultimately saying is like things are never what they really seem they are, and I feel like, and I think it can get really really deep with this, but like the number 13 we're talking about, it being a bad number or a lucky, something is a lucky number. I think it's just kind of based on history and based on what has stuck for whatever reason, whether it's right or wrong, what is right or wrong,
Yeah. What do you think about that?
I agree. I think we like to have we like to hold on to things for a long time. You know, you're talking about tradition and
Like a hoarder.
yeah, like a hoarder. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like at some point, it becomes such a thing that it'll never go away. Maybe you're talking about strange traditions, like numbers we don't like and things like that.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. It's hard to know. I mean, I'm bombing here.
No, you're not. You're
No, just kidding.
No.
It's a conversation.
I think people like what they like. They like they like constants. So
Consistency.
Yeah. So
Comfortable.
I have no problem with tradition, but it is a lot of tradition now. Our whole society, we do the same things over and over.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like every year. Holy moly!
Do you know my tradition? This isn't my tradition. You need to respect my tradition.
Festivus like the rest of us.
Yeah. My tradition, we pour the water out of the cup before we drink it. You're like, what?
Or we stomp on glass when we get married. Yeah, I mean, there's all that, and that's great. If it serves you, wonderful. I mean, but don't, like, the one thing that I think would irritate me, that I know would irritate me about traditions and people's, their gung-hos, and is when they expect others to know, or they expect others to do what they want. For instance, I mean, you see that often, and they may not think that, like Christmas, you can't say happy holiday, whatever. It's like, who the fuck cares? As long as, like, for instance, if someone said happy holidays and they're like, and they don't, and, the other person doesn't like that, it's still a positive, like,
energy.
Yeah. And
You're
just look at it that way, and accept that, like, no one's exactly like you. Just because you don't like happy holidays, it doesn't mean that, like, it's wrong because you don't like it.
Right.
And this is just an example. There are plenty others, but it can apply to anything.
It has the word happy in it. It can't be too bad.
Right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. If you say happy Easter and I say happy equinox, we're both happy.
Right.
Yeah. So it should
get over yourself.
Yeah, it's okay.
There's
I don't
so
like
much.
the way you said it to me.
There's so much that we don't effing know. There's so much history that we don't effing know. And when you really, really soak that in, and when you really realize you don't know shit, the world is your oyster, man.
Yeah. The Vatican's locked up all the archives of our history, and we want the information now.
Insurrection? Just kidding.
Insurrection of the Vatican. Oh, imagine all those popes fighting
They
everybody.
could not fight.
Yeah, they totally could.
Pope whipping out a sword or something.
They have those really crazy looking stormtrooper looking characters at the Vatican, like with the swords, and like I've never seen them in action, but I bet like the Vatican can bust out some nice flips. Yeah,
I want to see the Pope do a flip so bad.
Yeah, he's
like
got
Crouching Tiger.
What if the Pope he's got that bulletproof like shell when he's in
like
the parade?
Trump had, Trump had when he told everyone to
he's got that
insurrect.
Yeah, what if he, you know how the Pope
one.
has in the parade? He's got the big glass dome over him.
Right, the bulletproof
That's actually to
dome.
protect us from him.
Oh yeah,
the Pope is the
way
most. The Pope is gonna.
Yeah.
The Pope is the most dangerous. He's coming for your kids.
Yeah.
He's coming for everybody.
It's like his arms and his legs and all his limbs and his head is all licensed and shit. Like they're like lethal weapons.
Yeah, Steven Seagal's with him all the time.
All the
just
time.
training
Because that
him.
guy knows. That guy knows.
Yeah. Well, let's wrap it up with our episode. We had a wonderful time with you, Kevin, and congratulations on your preliminary win. And we look forward to seeing you at KAWmedy Fest, May 25th, 2024. Get your tickets on www.KAWmedy.com, comedyfest.comedy.com. Sorry. I have like a advertisement Tourette's now. So where can people find you on social media, or if they want to follow you and support you?
Okay.
What's your Instagram handle?
It is
Creagh Kevin, isn't it?
At Creagh Kevin.
Creagh. And how do you spell Creagh?
Okay, Creagh is spelled Creagh. Creagh. It's the word charge, but the letters are boggled. You can spell the word charge out of it, but mix up the letters. Creagh, Creagh, Kevin.
Yeah,
Creagh on Instagram.
Creagh
And may the world be lovely at all times. That's how I feel.
Oh, see,
Hands
that's
down.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Beautiful ending.
Yeah, really insightful.
It is. Yeah, it's all okay. It's funny, like when we're super positive, people will like oh, nice message, dude. Like, and you're like, oh, what? I'm sorry that I
Oh,
was
I have to
being
be
nice.
like you
I
and
need
be
to
miserable.
Yeah, my bad. Let me go back to being sad. And you're like, that's right.
Misery
Be
loves
like
company.
me. Anyways, Amy, where can everybody find you online?
Mostly on Instagram. I've been like totally Instagram. At Shades of Despair on Instagram. You can also look up my name, Amy Elizabeth Quirk. I do have a website for my artwork as well, and that is at epicreveries.com.
Yeah, and then you can find myself at CKT Comedy, KAWmedy, on Instagram and all other social platforms other than really Snapchat. That's the only one that I haven't really figured out. And the new X, I'm on there, but I'm still figuring it out as well. It's,
Haven't been on there for a while.
yeah, we haven't been on there for a while. It's mostly YouTube, and a lot of my focus is this comedy, entertainment, not so funny podcast, and then myself, Christopher Key Tyler. Thank you for sticking around and support us, share this, and like us, and follow this guy, and come to Comedy Fest. Get your tickets, see this guy win it. He could. You never know.
Yeah, please go. I want to get every fan in the world. I'm trying for 8 billion, and I need you. I need you big time.
Yeah.
Please. And if you have a great time, then tell someone else.
There you go. All right, we'll see you. Thank you.